Hello everyone, I'm back with another recipe video today to show you how to make these delicious banana nut muffins. This is a recipe that I got online, so I'll link that below, and these are all the ingredients you'll need besides milk. And also I used a stand mixer, so you could use one of those as well. So let's get started. First, you're going to need 3 overly ripe, very ripe bananas. I'll show you guys here a little bit of a closer look. You want them really brown. And the reason you want bananas this ripe is because the sugar content of them kind of changes. They get sweeter and less starchy the older the bananas get. And since bananas and honey are the only sweeteners we're using, we want these bananas to be pretty sweet by themselves. Next up, you're going to be using a 1/3 cup of honey. And one thing about the bananas I should also mention is that you can mash them or just throw them in the bowl like I did. I like a little bit of a, chunkier banana consistency. Once you've got that honey in there, make sure you kind of scrape it all out so it all gets in the bowl. And after that, you're going to add 1 egg at room temperature. So kind of let that sit out for a little bit. Now you can add in a 1/4 cup of milk of your choice, dairy or non-dairy, and then you're also going to add in a 1/4 cup of olive oil. This is a substitute for butter. Next, you're going to take 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and this is the last of your wet ingredients. So we're going to mix all of this now, and if you do like your bananas to not be super chunky, you can mash them beforehand. I didn't bother to do that because I'm a little bit lazy and I feel like the mixer can do it itself. It may leave a couple chunks of banana in there, but I don't really mind that muffin consistency. And we're just gonna let this beat for a little bit longer until it looks like it's nicely combined. Then we're going to start adding the dry ingredients. 1 3/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of our delicious cinnamon. Now, we also have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and this is optional, but I really like cloves, so I added in 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, which you can do or not do, it's your choice. Now, we need to be very careful when doing this mixing because there's a lot of flour and we don't want it to kind of go everywhere. So I usually start to kind of just do a very gentle turns of the mixer until it gets going there a little bit. And you really want to mix this until it's kind of just combined there. So I just scrape down the paddle and let it go a little bit longer. If you like nuts, take 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts and add those to the batter. It's going to be our last ingredient here. You could also chop up a little bit more to sprinkle on top of the muffins before they go into the oven. Now you can kind of gently fold these in here. I'm holding a camera with one hand while I'm doing this, so it's a little bit difficult, but this is the general folding motion you're going to do to try to not overwork the dough and mix in those nuts together. Finally, you're just going to take, a ladle, spoons, something that's easy to pour batter into these little cups, 12 baking cups, and you can put some type of non-stick spray coating in there, but I've found that I don't really need that for this recipe, but if you want to be extra safe and make sure they don't stick, you can do that. And then once you've got them all ready here, you're just going to pop them in the oven. It should be set to 350 degrees. You can see a couple of those little banana chunks in there. And then bake it in the oven for somewhere in between 20 to 25 minutes. I think I did 22 minutes, and then here they are. They look beautiful. They smelled great. And you can still kind of see a couple of those little banana chunks in there to give it texture. The thing that I love most about this recipe is that it's really easy to make ahead of time, so you can store these in the freezer. I'm just letting them cool here. Once they're completely cool, I either just put them in a Tupperware container or wrap them individually. And then when I want them for breakfast in the morning, I just take one out from the freezer, wrap it in a damp paper towel, and zap it in the microwave for a minute. And then you have a lovely warm muffin for breakfast, and they can last in the freezer up for a couple months. So enjoy!